What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another live stream video. And today we have a special guest. Welcome, Craig from Reviews for You. What's up, Craig?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Doing pretty good. I'm sure the community's doing great. I'm sure they're happy to have you here. We've been discussing this for a while now, so it's a pleasure to finally have you on the Geeks and Gamers channel. So we've played phone, I guess, Twitter tag
Yeah,
for
we've
a
been
while.
tagged for a while.
But yeah, we got a lot to talk about. There's a lot to discuss. I'm sure people are going to have a lot of questions for us as we get into this live stream. So just start it off. I think it's the best thing to do is to start off with Shannon McRandall. You were instrumental in getting my attention. Anna at first it got my attention about it, that Star Wars girl, and then you and Bonnie hit me up about it. And
Yeah,
so,
Bonnie, my moderator. She is she's like a bulldog.
yeah, and I was really thankful of that because, like I said, Anna had hit me up and we talked about it, and then I had so much going on, and it kind of slipped my mind. And then you hit me up again, then Bonnie hit me up again, and I'm like, man, I forgot all about this. So I started reading more into it, and it was like, man, it just kind of, I don't know, it hit me. And so we need to do something, like do something, get some more awareness. And so, can you give us any updates? First of all, how are you? How did you become aware of the situation? And do you have any updates from her camp?
Actually, I'm in my fourth year of going through cancer.
Oh,
So,
wow. I wasn't
yeah,
even aware of that.
yeah, and my dad died from cancer. And I've followed her Facebook page for a little while. Not like a stalker, you know what I mean? Not
Right.
a stalker. Even though she is my favorite character. And then second would be Ahsoka, but I'm sorry, I shouldn't be saying that because God, I'm so
You're
sexist.
you're a sexist white male. So look, Craig. All right, hey everybody, we have to start over. Craig is not following the narrative. Craig is not. But go ahead.
I'm sorry, I've subverted your expectations
Expectations.
there. Yeah. I'm just scared of strong female women.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, my two favorite characters, beside and then Luke is a really close third. So, um, and then one of my subs actually hit me up because I saw her first GoFundMe and it hit the number pretty quick. And I just figured she was doing better and everything was great. But then, I got the update. One of my subs sent me a DM, and I went back over to her page and then saw where things had went back downhill. And she was going to have the three more surgeries, and then of course she has to go back in. And anybody who's been through chemo or anything else knows I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And I've done it, and I'm still gonna have to do it, and it sucks, and it ruins everything, destroys everything. And she's at that stage right now where she gets to go back in. Hers is at least in remission right now, but she still has to go back in for her checkup, which is rather, I must say, evasive,
Mhm.
and it's painful because the tests that they have to run and everything else will include a spinal tap. And I know people have heard about a spinal tap, so that's not exactly the funnest thing to go through. But she's in good spirits now. She sent me a message yesterday that she was going to post a video this morning. She posted a video this morning that she is keeping her chin up thanks to us. She is going in for her surgery today. Her first one, which will be on her knee, which is due from complications. She had a fall, and so she's getting that done today. She'll be back this afternoon. But all of the comments, it's not the money that we've all raised. It's the comments that people have put down. From whether when they met her at a con, because I met her at a con like a long time ago, and she took 10 minutes. I stood in line for like an hour and a half just to get to get her to sign, one of my Mary J pictures. And when I got up there, I mean, she was just the nicest person ever. And I've been to a lot of cons. I mean, I've worked a lot of cons, but you just can't. I mean, you don't, normally they're like, yeah, take a picture and then push you on and then next one. And she wasn't like that. But I mean, all of our comments on on her. She actually posted the video is on her GoFundMe. If you go down to updates and go to update number 9, which is the latest update, number 8 is where she thanks um, Geeks and Gamers, myself, and all of y'all that have donated money through super chats and through her GoFundMe page. That video is directly for y'all. That has nothing to do with me, has nothing to do with anything else. That is all y'all giving your hard-earned money to somebody that is in our community and does not believe in this whole soy boy Star Wars. But yeah, if you go to her GoFundMe page, which I'm sure will be linked somewhere. I know it's linked on my videos.
I think I have it still. I'll have to see.
If not, I'm sure Bonnie will be up in here at some point. She'll put a link up to it. But if you go there, and it's update number 9. So update number 9 is going to be her video for today, and we've all told her to keep her chin up, and she made a reference back to that in the video, which is awesome. You can see that her spirits are a lot more lifted right now than they were 3 days ago. 3 days ago, her GoFundMe was at like $900 when I saw it, and I immediately put in 5, and then tried to get as many people involved as possible. And luckily, I mean, Jeremy, with as big a platform as he's got, that's pretty awesome. That Jeremy stepped up and y'all guys stepped up to actually help her out.
I just dropped the link. I just dropped the link to her GoFundMe, and I think there's a good point that you made, is that it's not necessarily the money. The money's obviously going to help, but it's just the positivity. It's the positivity from the Star Wars community. It's the great impact that she has seen, that she's had on all of these people over all of these years. And so when you say, hey, I only have $1 to give, or I only have I don't have any money right now, that's fine. Just send positivity. That's the most important thing. Send positivity. I've had I mean, like Craig is going through, I wasn't even aware you were going through, cancer. And so, I've had a small situation personally, but it was it terrified me, but it's nothing compared to what someone like you has dealt with. And I just can't even fathom, what it's like. And I feel for anybody who goes through that. So,
well, luckily, mine's in the brain, so I'm not. So maybe that's what makes me an asshole. I don't know. Maybe
I think we all are assholes, though. So I think you're just a self-aware one, and that's always a good thing. So, but yeah, and I see all of you saying you're not getting notifications, and I am so sorry.
I just got the notification myself.
Jeez, and I just see a big jump. Like, we just got about 20 viewers suddenly, and so yeah, I keep tweeting Team YouTube. There's nothing, obviously it's out of my hands, so we'll keep grinding. That's the only reason my ass is on Twitter, so I can keep letting people know we're live. So I'll keep posting this link every 20 minutes, I guess. So anyway, so that's great news. A big shout out again to the Geeks and Gamers community for coming together. Big shout out to Craig and Bonnie and Anna for bringing it to my attention. And so I just want to thank all of you. And keep letting me know that you don't get notifications. Tyler, I see you say you got a notification, but my God, is the overwhelming response of people saying that you're not getting them is absolutely nuts. So please share this on Twitter if you don't mind. Hit the like, just so we can get as many eyes on this video as possible. And now Craig and I are going to move into some questions I have for Craig. If you followed Craig's channel, you've heard Craig talk about a few of these things that I'm going to ask him about. And Craig, you've talked about a few things dealing with Lucasfilm. I think there was about a month and a half ago, you had went out there for a job interview. Mm-hmm. And I heard you talk about that on your channel, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. So now, what insight can you give us as to what's your background, as to how did you get to the point of getting a job interview, yada yada yada? How did that all go?
Well, let's see. I have a production background. Period. I had my own television show for 5 years. So and I have been doing things back and forth with Lucasfilm for about 12 years, as far as promotional stuff. So anytime they needed something done, a phone call, I'm there. Or if they needed me somewhere, I'm there. Anything to help promote Star Wars, anything to help promote anything else. So I've done a lot that way. And I met a guy at a con, long time ago, and he introduced me to some other people at Lucasfilm, because I had done, like 4 or 5 things in a row for him. And so we got to talking, and we just kept in touch. A couple of us have just kept in touch over the years. And so when it came up, I mean, obviously, I can pretty much, you know, read the books to you without the books in front of me. I can pretty much go line for line with any movie out there, except for The Last Jedi, which I could only watch once. And seriously, I even tried to do a review. My guy, my subs were like, "All right, do a I want to hear your review of this." And I was like, because they already know how much I just like really hate this movie. But I said, "All right, fine, I'll do a review." And I did a part one, and I had to stop. And I still have not done 2, 3, or 4, and we're only 10 minutes into the movie. And it's like a 25-minute deal. I can't do it. And I told Ivan the other night, I said, "Man," he said, "I've watched this thing 58 times, man. You are a misogynist. That you are just looking to be punished." Uh, yeah, he's awesome. So I get an email. There's They're looking for people for the creative team, and with extensive background in Star Wars, and production ability, and this and that, and a college degree doesn't hurt, especially when you have two of them. So um, I just put in an application online, and got got an email back. Said they were ready to set up an interview. Not a problem. Hopped on a plane. Went down there. And it's not the same place it was before. It's not the same place I remember before. As soon as you walk through the door, it's just like you can feel that it's just not the same place it was before. Um, and that was just kind of a weird feeling I had, and I thought maybe it's just me. So as I was sitting out there waiting, I finally got called back, went through the interview process and everything else, which was just completely weird. Um, but did extremely well in the interview process, and then I ended up meeting my buddy for lunch later on. Just wanted to make sure, because I knew my face was already on YouTube, and I was already dogging their stuff. So I didn't, I'm not. I still love Disney to death. I love Disney parks, but you're killing my franchise here. I've got a whole entire house full of Star Wars stuff. So we started going through
Hang on
and
just a minute, just so I can update everybody. See, everybody's asking. This is Craig from Reviews for You. That's his YouTube channel. And a lot of our community has been asking me to have him on for several weeks now. So it's Reviews for You. Johnny Five just dropped the name there. So this just so everybody's updated. All right, go ahead, Craig. Sorry.
Yeah. So I went to go eat lunch, and we were sitting there talking just at lunch, and he just gave me a personal warning, and said, "Look, there's been this big budget increase, and they're going to try and stop all of this, all of this backlash, and they're getting ready to start pulling names out. That, and they're going to start doing this and start doing that, and if it's slander or libel or anything else." And this was just a personal deal that he did to me, because he knew I was already making YouTube videos and everything else. And I said, "Well, I think there's other people that probably need to know about this just as much as I do." And then I'll be damned if a week later it didn't start happening, because they own so much stuff, and all they have to do is send somebody a fax of something, and they'll print it like they wrote it and take all the credit for it. It's all the shill stuff. It's just it's crap is all it is. But sure enough, it was a week later they called out you and Ethan,
Mm-hmm.
and I did a video on that.
I did see a video on that, and I appreciated that. So
And it's crap. And they keep painting us out to be the toxic people. We're not the toxic people. If we were so damn toxic, how could we have raised over $7,000 in 2 days, with another and I still haven't got my super chat money yet, and I know you haven't got yours yet either.
mm-hmm.
So you take that and put it together as another three. So that's $10,000 we've raised in 2 days for somebody in our community. How are we the toxic fans?
Yeah, it's got so many parallels to Gamergate right now, and it's just the mainstream will just they will do anything they can to create a narrative without admitting that they've made mistakes. And yeah, just like that, the guy that Rian Johnson was interacting with the other day on Twitter is the same guy that was lying about me and Ethan. You know,
Yes.
like, but you're but so the Rian Johnson, the director of The Last Jedi, is actually interacting with this guy, and this guy was lying. And then once he got busted for lying because of my video, then instead of owning it, which again, nobody's perfect. I think we need to establish that. I know the shills out there think that everybody's perfect and nobody can make a mistake, and they like to go back on people's Facebook and Twitter for 7 years ago, or maybe somebody was at a party and they were a little tipsy and they made a joke,
Yeah.
and they want to hold them responsible for every word that's come out of their mouth. And so if everybody makes mistakes,
or if you trip over a word, right? You use the wrong.
Like me, every fucking live stream.
Dude, I try to do all my stuff because I don't like jump cuts. So I try to do it all in one take. And I might mix a word up here and there, and I might mean something else. But I mean the two words mean pretty much the same. But they'll sit there and take that and run with it, and it's ridiculous. I mean, it really is ridiculous.
There's Tyler right there hitting me with the thousands of money. At some point, I said thousands of money, and I meant to say tons of money, and I said thousands of money. I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, so this guy, instead of acknowledging his mistake, he literally just goes in and changes the wording and doesn't even act like anything happened. He just changes the wording and moves on. And I'm like,
yeah, I saw that. There's no retraction. No, hey, look, I'm sorry. I did the wrong person, because I sent him after I did the video. I sent him a damn thing, and I sent him the video. I mean, because I was calling his ass out. I mean, if you want to blame a boycott on somebody, and I don't tell my people know that I'm not paying to go watch any of this shit. But I mean, yeah, it's up to them where they spend their money. So I'm not calling for a boycott either. I mean, I'm just saying I'm not spending my money there. And
yeah, and that's exactly what I was saying time and time again. And I saw so many people attaching me and saying, "Oh, Geeks and Gamers calling for a boycott." Okay, Geeks and Gamers will have a review up on their website. I have specifically said I, as an individual, because I'm an individualist, I am just saying I am not spending my money. But I encourage you that if you don't like what I'm saying, if you don't like what I'm doing, go watch it twice to offset me, because you have the right to do whatever you want with your money. It's a simple process. And it's just these thought police out there, man. Like, they just these SJWs just want to control your thoughts. They want to control your actions. They want to control your money. They want to control everything you do in life.
Oh, well, now they're jumping on Ant-Man and Wasp.
Really? What's going on with that?
Oh my God. Okay, so the SJWs are upset with Ant-Man and Wasp because it's not an SJW movie. This is no lie. Look, and I was going to make a video on it, and somebody already beat me to it, but I'm going to end up making one on it anyway. Because I mean, seriously, it's because it's not. It's because she acts like an actual female. It's not an SJW movie at all. It's actually a really good movie. Which I was really surprised with. But coming from Marvel, why can't they just produce Star Wars that way, to where there's no hidden message.
I know, it's absolutely crazy. And the same thing. They went through that with Wonder Woman. They were upset that Wonder Woman, cared about kids, and the man was strong in the movie. You know what I mean? Like, they never stopped being offended. Unbelievable.
You're damn sexist. You're a damn sexist. You like that movie, and it had a female director.
Yes,
sexist.
Yes, exactly.
It's a strong female lead that everybody loved. Loved Wonder Woman. Loved it. Loved the beginning when there's a whole island full of strong women that can defend themselves and don't have to, worry about anything else. And then it's directed by a woman, but yet we all love that. But we're sexist. I'm sexist.
Rhaegar Targaryen just said it. I love me some Evangeline Lilly too. Yes,
Yeah.
definitely. She is smoking hot. but she's also a good actress too. I'm just not totally objectifying her in this situation. So all right. So now you've made some comments I wanted to talk about. First of all, everybody hit that like if you don't mind. We had over 500 people watching. Thank you all for joining. To update everyone, we have Craig from Reviews for You. If you are not familiar with Craig, you can go to his YouTube channel, Reviews for You. That's the number 4. And give him a subscription. He covers a lot of Star Wars over there. He has a lot of good information. So definitely check that out. I will drop a link to his channel here in the comments very soon. But if you can, hit that like button for us, and so we can get more eyes on this video. And I'm going to go ahead and share it again on Twitter. But you have made some comments that I thought were very interesting about Mr. Rian Roundhead Johnson himself.
Absolutely.
You have talked about that you have dirt on him, that you know a lot of things that he doesn't want anyone else knowing, that he will not block you from Twitter because of this reason. So give us some insight into this right here.
All right. Without getting completely into it, to where I'm liable.
Right. And I told Craig this, before we went live, like I'm skeptical of some of the things he's been, saying on his channel. I'm not skeptical, like real, like just not because I don't buy him, because I think Craig's a really authentic person, but I'm just like, I need some more info here. You know what I mean? I need a little more details. I want to talk to you,
Right. Exactly.
And so anyway, I know a lot of people,
and that's
and a lot of
perfectly understandable too. Because I mean, I do go out there and just, when something comes to me, I just put it out there, and people go, oh, well, and then 3 weeks later, it comes true, and I'm like, look, I don't have a crystal ball. I'm telling you what's going to happen. It's completely understandable, because I do throw all the stuff out there that I get from friends on the inside, and other sources, and of course, just like you, I mean, I can't name exactly. Look, Biffy said it perfect. Caucasian Snoop. My nieces and nephews call me Snoop all the time, because they say I look like white Snoop Dogg. That's a true story. But yeah, I mean, obviously I can't name these people, because they could. There's already been meetings on my channel, and there's been meetings on your channel, and there have been meetings on quite a few channels, including Ethan's channel and everything else. So I mean, we all know that they are part of our subscriber base. I'm sure you've already figured it out too. So we know that they subscribe to our channels, and which is why you can make a video, like I made a giveaway video, and that's all it was just giving away something to a subscriber, and it got 4 thumbs down. How do you thumbs down giving away something to somebody, and that's all the video's about? I mean, but these are the subscribers. So yeah, that's that. And I
hang on 2 minutes. So somebody says it me, or does Jeremy drop out occasionally on audio? Is anybody else having any audio issues from me? Just curious about that. Just wait and let me see what anybody says, because I moved my setup around a little bit today. I hope I didn't mess up anything. So anybody having any audio issues on my end?
These guys in the chat are freaking awesome, man.
I know it. I
love reading the chats. I love reading the chats, man. Okay. Especially when I do a live stream, man. They go crazy in the chats.
All right, awesome. So nobody's having issues. All right, cool. Just want to check on that. Okay, so anyway, so Craig, let's get into this Rian Johnson stuff. So what can you tell us? What are you willing to let us know about what you have on Rian Johnson, and what's the background on that?
About the same day, and I think it was the same day, and damn, John Talk Star Wars beat me to it by like 30 minutes, because my freaking computer's slow as shit at rendering a video. But we both have the same subscriber. His name's JP. Actually, he's changed his username now, because he started. Either way, he changed his username now, but he's a fan fiction writer, and he posted up on fanfiction.net. And there's a bunch of things. If you go into fan fiction, and if you go into the archives, the Holocron archives, where it's a group of a lot of people, and I mean hundreds of people, that will write a story. So after episode 7 came out, Street Solo wrote the rest of the trilogy, and posted it up in the archives. And JP did the same thing. He wrote in episode 8, and he sent me a thing. He said, "Look, there's a lot of coincidences between what I wrote and what actually showed in the movie, and these are all dated as they're put up, and these were all put up at early 2006, like February 2016. Streets, I think, was in November of 2015, or yeah, I mean, it's well before the movie was even being shot." Um, and we all know they didn't have a complete script. But so far, and he told me to keep digging into it, so I kept digging into it. Well, I have 32 pages that I have printed off of the Holocron archives and off of fanfiction.net, where not only dialogue but scene setup, character setup, and we're talking about word for word dialogue, come directly off of these stories that were written by fan fiction writers and put onto the internet.
Wow.
And now I know that there was, when he did Looper, there was, some of the same accusations when he did Looper. So, I'm not going to accuse him of plagiarism right now. Right now, it's plagiarism with a question mark. But after having 32 pages of it, and I have sent those pages off to the original writers, which turns out there are 8 of them that I have found. I have sent those pages off to them to get them notarized. And once they get them notarized and sent back to me, then I will go from there with it. I'm also going to do a live stream with each one of them, with all 6 of them at one time, and because you just wouldn't believe it, Jeremy, it is word for word, and even the blocking of the scenes is exactly how it is in their writing. But it's not the whole entire movie. It's only the good parts, to be honest with you. The rest of the crap thrown in there is not theirs. I mean,
Wow.
so would you? All right. So in a Star Wars movie, have you ever heard of a ship going into hyperspace and blowing through an entire fleet to take it out?
No.
Okay. All right. So that would not be a natural progression of a story, correct?
Correct.
Okay. But yet it is in JP's script that he wrote. But except instead of being Vice Admiral Gender Studies, it's Admiral Akbar that sacrifices himself and runs through the fleet with the ship as all of the escape pods are jettisoned under cloak. I mean, there's so many of these I can go into that completely line up with episode 8. It's not even funny. And after finding 32 pages of it, I can understand 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 coincidences, but no, this is not coincidences.
Now, how much are you gonna be doing some more detailed analysis on this on your channel?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am going to be going through a lot of this, and I'm not only that. I mean, I'll probably just demonetize the video or whatever. I know they're going to try and get me with a copyright strike if I put anything up there that has the Last Jedi scenes in it, but I don't know. I might just mirror them or put a filter over it or something so they don't block it or get it as copyrighted material. And I'll read through the scene, and you'll actually watch it as it was in the Last Jedi, and it's like they're in the throne room, right? Famous scene. They're in the
Mhm.
throne room. Um, they fought the Praetorian Guard, which of course in JP's was not the Praetorian Guard. It was the Knights of Ren, but they were with multiple different uh, blades, or which is exactly what the Praetorian Guard. None of them had the same. None of them had the same weapons. There was multiple weapons. But in his version, it was just the Knights of Ren instead of the Praetorian Guard. But after that, Street Solo actually has the scene where they're fighting over Luke's um, lightsaber, and it's suspended in midair, um, and it blows apart, and Rey gets away before Kylo has time to react. Okay, it's exactly how it happened in The Last Jedi. And it was in the throne room scene, and it was after the fight. Even the dialogue between Kylo and Rey, where he tells her that you know it was true that your parents sold you for drinking money, is exactly what is in, I'm talking about to the word, is exactly what is in Street Solo's version, which was written, as The Force Awakens came out. And you can't, I mean, come on, who would, is that natural progression
No,
of storyline?
it's awful. It's awful.
That's not natural progression. Um, all right, so there's no Canto bite in JP or anybody else's stuff because they all have common sense. Um, I know it's kind of hard to find, but um, but Finn in JP's and a small team, including in his was Boba Fett, and if you go back through the archives, Benicio del Toro's character, uh, he was actually a Fett, and they
Really?
changed his name. Yes, they changed his name. His original name started with a V. I couldn't remember, but it's Boba's son. But in JP's, it was Boba Fett that was helping him get in. Um, to get into Snoke's ship to go dismantle, and they get caught. They're put down execution style with Phasma being above them. And as the fight breaks out, Rey kills Phasma. I mean, come on. Is
Wow.
that all right? All right. So I can believe in coincidence. I can believe in a natural storyline progression. I think that's a little much right there. Um, and I even did a video on it with JP. I did JP's video on it with him describing just the stuff that he had, which was like 11 or 12 different coincidences. And then I started going through, yeah, it's JP. Shane is JP, which he's changed his handle now. But yeah, it's JP. But yeah, now 6 others have came forward and they sent me their material. And what's going on, Alexander? I hadn't seen you since what, last night? So Sebastian's here. Hadn't seen us since last night either. But yeah, that's not natural progression. And then when they started sending me all this other stuff, of course, I'm not going to let all this stuff out until, just like you, talking to me, I might say something and go, I don't want to put it out there unless it's true. And I say it all the time in mine. Look, I'm only going to tell you the truth, which makes me an asshole, but I'm sorry. But and so, I mean, I can understand people being skeptical over that. But I mean, I do my homework and I talk with my people, and they give me inside information. I mean, I knew exactly how 8 was going to turn out beforehand. But my 2 stepsons at the time wanted to go see it, and I wasted $75 and 2.5 hours of my life on that movie. So I already knew it was going to be crap, and got stuck with it anyway.
Oh boy, that's some big info. So a lot of people are just tuning in, and so just to recap, we have Craig from Reviews for You on the Geeks and Gamers channel. This is someone you guys have been asking me to have for a while now. So he's on here. We're talking about his previous interview that he had at Lucasfilm. He's talking about some script issues, some Rian Johnson potential plagiarism issues, things like that, and it's a lot of juicy information. So let's see, trying to read this now. So a lot of people are like, wow. So but
and
now
yes, I was in Rogue One. Yes.
you,
I
you were a
saw that come up
stormtrooper,
in the
right?
chat. Yeah,
Yeah,
sure was.
yeah. And so now does anybody have any questions for Craig? Any questions based off anything that he said up to this point? Or myself, you can ask me questions, but I'm kind of boring, so you won't worry about asking me questions. So if you got any questions for Craig, go ahead and drop them in the comments. And let's see, I'm trying to see as the chat moves. Violent Science, do we have any proof, archive, or something?
Absolutely. There's 32 pages of proof. I can, well, you'll have to, I can, it's on my page. You'll see the plagiarism deal. And there is an entire video of just from the stuff that JP did. And then right after that, I go through the stuff that Street Solo did. Plus, John Talk Star Wars went into the same story. And sure enough, he came up with the same information. I just kept digging into it deeper. And as I kept digging into it deeper, I found more and more and more.
Hang on, and Robin Dale, and for anybody else, I keep seeing people saying that they're like I've seen a few people say you're unsubscribed. Robin Dale just said, "Holy shit, I'm unsubscribed to what the fuck? I did not unsub to this channel. What the fuck, you shit." So tweet me at D-Day Cobra, and I will retweet it with Team YouTube. That's all I can do at this point. So please let me know. A lot of you have been saying you've been unsubbed, so I'm keeping an eye on it. Infall, I'll get to your question in just a minute, buddy. Thanks for joining. Go ahead, Craig. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we have the same issues with bell notifications not going off. I mean, I did a 2.5 hour live stream, and one of my subs got it like 2 days later because I just got the notification. I was like, well, it's not live now, you know.
Yeah.
So I mean, I sent a few screenshots to Ryan and just asked his opinion on what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And yeah, so far I can't be blocked. So yeah, I think people really need to go watch that video, and they need to watch John Talk Star Wars
on
video
your channel.
too.
What's the title of it?
It's got a picture of Roundhead, and I think it's something about plagiarism with a question mark behind it. Because I mean, I can't say he plagiarized it yet. It's just until I get everything back and get everything organized. I mean, some of it could be just coincidence, but anytime you set up a scene and block it like that, and it's not coincidence anymore. And once I put that up, the other fan writers, JP got up with some of the other people from fan fiction, and they started sending me stuff for theirs. So.
All right, so let me see. I just dropped a link to that video. Cody Reed said, "Wow, I'm unsubbed to EVS2. What the hell is going on, man? This is shit."
I don't know. I dropped 80 subs in 2 days, and they don't know. I sent messages to them, and they had no idea.
Unbelievable. So we've got over 800 people watching. Thank you all for joining. Hit that like button if you don't mind. We really appreciate that. In fall 1403, to give you a quick summary, this is Craig from Reviews for You. We have him on the Geeks and Gamers channel. This is by request. Many people have requested this. Finally got around to it. And so we are talking about a lot of the information that Craig has with Lucasfilm. He went for a job interview about a month ago. And we talked about this video that I just shared a link to with Rian Johnson and potential plagiarism. So if you want to check that out, you can. We're taking some questions now. If anybody has any questions for Craig, and I've had people, and again, this happens. If you're on the internet and you have an opinion, people are going to have an opinion and questions. And so some people have been like, oh man, you gotta, Craig's got all this info, and other people are like, what do you know about Craig? What do you like? How does he have this information? And so I was like, I can't answer these questions because we've only spoken a few times, but what I can do, I can have him on the show and we can talk about it, and he can speak for himself, and you can all make up your mind. You know how I am. I'm an individualist. I'm not telling you what to believe, just like I don't tell you to believe me. You don't have to believe a fucking word out of my mouth. I'm just giving you the information as Craig's giving you the information. It's up to you if you want to take that information or not. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, one of the subs has sent it to Bob Iger. Actually, when I uploaded the video, it automatically uploaded to Twitter, and I did put the @Robert Iger in there.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so let me look. So let's see. Let's say Obi-Wan 27883, were any of the fan fictions Laura's? Because Laura and her Roland Ryan stole my fan fiction. Kingslayer says, don't forget Escape from LA shot for shot ending. Yeah, John covered that, and you did too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and so here's a matter of fact, I'm going back into YouTube, getting a link again. I keep losing the link.
And the other weird thing about it is, like 3 days after both myself and John Talk Star Wars posted our videos up on Twitter, there's a tweet from Rian Johnson. I forget the name of the song. I'm sure one of my subs in here will be able to remember it. But I mean, the whole scene with Rey in the Dark Cave, the Dark Force Cave, with the whole scene with her with the 90 different ones. There you go. Yeah, Steph did this. Yeah, Steph did a video on Ryan doing the same thing. But that's completely ripped off from Simple Minds. Simple Minds video. That whole scene is ripped off of the Simple Minds video, and even Ryan said steal from the best
Chase.
on the
Wow.
tweet. On the
Wow.
tweet. That's
That is
how
wild.
creative you are. That's creative.
Wow. Now also in fall, we also had an update on Shannon McRandall. And just for our new guests that are joining us, because I think we talked about that when there was like 200 people watching. So if you want to give a quick update to the Shannon McRandall situation, which is our Mara Jade, and we did a live stream the other day. Craig's been doing an amazing job of helping raise awareness to the situation. So if you want to give us a quick update again on that, Craig.
Yeah, no problem. Shannon is going in. She's coming out of surgery now from her first surgery today. She still has 2 surgeries left, and then she still has another. We're just going to say cancer update because you're going to have to. It's extensive. So she's got that coming up too. All of that's happening extremely quick, and I'll let you know now that a lot of this stuff is not covered by insurance. Period. And anytime I go in for an MRI, it is $3,100, and that's they'll only pay for X amount of those. So, and she's going to have to go in for a hell of a lot more than what I have to go in for. But she's doing well. She's in good spirit. She made a video for all of you guys this morning. So if you go to her GoFundMe page and go to update number 9, she did a video for every one of you guys. If you go to update number 8, that is also for you guys. I know it's my name's mentioned in it and Geeks and Gamers is mentioned in it, but it's not us. It is all you guys. It's always about you guys. It's never about us. It's never about anything else. It's always about you guys. She's doing great. She put in there that all your comments mean so much to her. Now, the other thing that I would like to add in, we have joined up with the Dark Side Riders. The Dark Side Riders are a Star Wars themed. They're a Star Wars themed charity group, and what they do is they raise money for charity. They're based out of Los Angeles, California. I have personally bought 11 Mara Jade lightsabers, not toys. These are actually real ones. As real as you can get. They're not plastic. They're actually real lightsabers. I am sending those to Shannon. Shannon is going to sign each one of them and send them back to me. I am going to send one, or I am either going to fly out for the event that Dark Side Riders is putting on in Los Angeles. They've already started working on it. It should go off about mid-August. And the other lightsabers will be, they're going to do a silent auction for that lightsaber out in California. The other 10 lightsabers are going to be up on a website that one of my subs is actually taking his time and everything else. It's not going to cost us anything to put the website up or anything else. There'll be a lot of Mara Jade memorabilia that's signed. It's going to be put up for auction, or and all that money is going to go to her. They're thinking they can get around $6,000. We'll probably get around $4,000 for everything that I've got that's going to be sold off. Because if you look at Mara Jade stuff anywhere, it's through the roof because she's just one of the most lovable characters out there. Everybody loves Mara Jade. Together, hopefully that'll be another 10,000. I know Jeremy's, his super chat money is going to it. I have saved my super chat money from three separate chats. And that is going to go to it as well, which will be another 3,000. So we're going to raise a lot of money for her just to make sure that this is off of her mind, so she can just focus on getting better and healing. Period. But yeah, she did make that video for you guys, so please check that out.
Pretty cool. That's awesome to have that update. So, and I see all of your comments, and really, again, Craig nailed it. It's all about it. It's all about this community, all about the people that made it happen, and we're not worthy. We're not worthy, and but Shannon is. So is it Shannon? Somebody says it's Shannon Lynn or Shannon McRandall, because she goes by both, I guess. So
Lynn is her middle name.
Okay.
Shannon Lynn McRandall. Her personal page is Shannon Lynn, and the Mara Jade page is Shannon McRandall is Mara Jade.
Got you.
Yeah, okay. She is freaking awesome.
Okay. And then let's see. We've got some super chats rolling in. So let me catch this up here. So Ron Navy says hashtag Roundhead Johnson. Great videos earlier, Jeremy and Craig. Well, thank you, Ron. And William Robertson, Roll Tide, brother. Let's see. So who will write Ruin Johnson's trilogy for him?
Well, so far there's not been a word written, not one. And
I do not feel like that trilogy's happening at all.
no, absolutely not. It's not going to happen. And but seriously, as of right now, there has not been a word written.
Well,
So
and this is where it comes down to, man. You can make a bad movie. There's nothing wrong with making a bad movie. In my opinion, I think Colin Trevorrow wrote a bad movie with Jurassic World 2. I didn't like it. I don't know what your thoughts on it were. Have you seen it yet?
I saw Jurassic World 2. If you go in there with I just want to be entertained. I like the movie itself. The ending, without telling anybody the ending is just kind of makes you want to go see 3. Doesn't matter.
I
Doesn't
agree.
matter.
Well, and I said that in my review. Even if I didn't like the movie, it left me excited for 3. And I'm like, what kind of effed up crap is this? Like I didn't even like it, yet I'm excited for the 3rd one. So
you feel so bad, and you're like, I'm all right. So I'm way getting into too much stuff there. But yeah, I think yeah. But now, I also did a video on Trevorrow, and his ideas and everything else. Now he pitched his script straight to Lucas and Mark Hamill, and both of them loved it, loved it. Um, but yeah, he was let go for creative differences. I go through everything and in quotes because this is coming from producers, directors, people that work at Lucasfilm, everything else. I asked him, "Is it okay if I quote you?" Sure, it's okay if you quote me. Just don't put my name in it. Not a problem. I go through every one of that. Um, but and that's a video everybody really needs to check out right there because Aunt Kathy isn't really your Aunt Kathy. Aunt Kathy is, got to have her finger on the button.
hang on just a minute. So if this theory is true about Mike Zero actually being Doomcock, is that like a theory where people think Mike Zero might be Doomcock?
Well, maybe that's why he's so mellow in one, and the other one he lets everything out.
That's the best thing I've ever heard. That's the first time I've heard that. Is that actually a thing?
It is now. If you put it on Twitter, it's true. Go ahead. If you put it on Twitter, it'll make it true. So
confirmed. Mike Zero is Doomcock. That is hilarious. That's the
oh my god.
That's the best.
That's the funniest thing I've heard all day. You just don't. You wouldn't believe how that comment right there just made my damn day. Oh my god.
Oh god damn it.
You can't get two polar opposites in that.
Oh my god. Oh, that's so fucking good. Oh man. Woo! Okay. Let me get all right. Our buddy Ivan Ortega says Disney has the rights, but we are Star Wars. And
that is correct. Whenever you get into the fan fiction stuff, if you look into the fan fiction stuff, it is, and it even blatantly says it right on the page, that anything that is put into that becomes the rights of Disney. Now, except for new characters. That's the kicker. If you introduce a new character, that new character is brought in, then it's your intellectual property. So that's why as I have 3 companies, so I'm going through my corporate lawyer with this before I even come out with anything. But I'm not going to throw myself out there for a lawsuit for what I know is happening. But I have to go through he's going to look into the legals of the copyright issues, and all the writers want is credit. That's all they want.
Yeah, that's true.
And they don't care. They don't care about the money. They don't care about anything else. And most of them right now don't want to be even like, related to the Last Jedi. But they're they just I mean, even JP said it. He's had a bunch of stuff ripped off. JP was like, look, I'm not telling people don't do it. If you want to write and put it on there, please do it. I mean, continue to do it. and maybe they'll take some of our good ideas, and they do. They did take a bunch of good ideas. So he's going through the whole copyright issue because that's not really my specialty. I just run businesses, and I work with my hands and I build stuff. So that's not really my forte. So that's why I handed that off to the lawyer, let him take care of it.
Okay.
But yeah, as soon as all that stuff comes back and I get the thing from the first thing I'll do is I'll get straight up with you, and then more than likely I'll just do a Google Hangout with you and go through what I've got and email you what I have, and let you look over it, get your opinion on it too. I don't release all this. I don't want to release all this stuff out there if it's to ruin somebody's reputation if it's not warranted. And I'm not really interested in ruining Ryan's reputation because as of right now he can't get a job anyway. So it is Craig with a C, not with a K. But if you want to, you can put a K in there. Just
they're always going to misspell anything with C's and K's. Just
that way, yeah. Tyler's asked me, is it Craig with a C or a K? You can do it with a K if it makes Jeremy feel better. You can do it with a K.
Oh boy, I told him we were watching the comments before the stream started, and you guys were already hitting me with the Mario Kart with a C. I'm like, man. Can't even go live, and these savages are already after me. All right. So Dragon J Moore says Craig is a coconut. I don't know what that means.
Well, all right. All right. So I made a video on 5 steps to enjoying the new Star Wars. And the first, I don't remember exactly what the first step was, but I mean that you can identify with whatever you want. And I told Ivan this the other day because Ivan was way ahead of his time, because he identified as a T-Rex when he was a little child. So it was very progressive. I mean, because his stuff is just now coming around today. But I mean, for me, in order for me to watch the new Star Wars stuff, I mean, I have to identify as a coconut. You've never seen a sad coconut. You've never seen a really sad coconut. They grow in beautiful places, tropical places with beautiful water. You can cut them in half and use them. Women can use them for a bra. It's I'm in a happy place as a coconut. So if I have to watch that, that's what it's going to be. I'm be a coconut. So I actually have a shirt that says I'm not a middle-aged white male. I identify as a coconut, with a coconut right in the middle of it. And a couple of my Brit subscribers have got the shirt and sent me pictures of it. It's pretty freaking awesome.
Freaking lag, man. I swear, you lag on YouTube, man. They jump ship quick on you, man. And we lost like 100 subscribers when we had a tad bit of lag, and they're like, boom, we're done.
I think it kicks them out because the same thing happens over there. I mean, we'll have a good number, and then all of a sudden it's like the number's cut in half, and then 2 minutes later the number's right back up. But the analytics has been screwed up for a while on my channel.
All right, so Xavier says, just joined. What's going on? So we are talking to Craig from Reviews for You, and we're talking about Lucasfilm. We're talking about Rian Johnson. We've had an update on Shannon McRandall with her cancer battle and the money that the Geeks and Gamers community and Craig and a lot of people came together and helped us raise, and it was amazing. So we're doing some updates on that, and then we're seeing if anybody has any questions that they want Craig to cover, because he's had a lot of information to share with everyone. So also Martel said, what's up, Jeremy? We need to talk. You must do game streams. The channel is called Geeks and Gamers. Just kidding, bro. Whatever, or do whatever you want. That is happening very soon. That's why you're looking behind me right now. This is I've moved all of my gaming systems and my TV to this side because I'm hooking all of my streaming equipment up here. I might be streaming as early as tomorrow with some Battlefront, maybe. So we shall see. What is it?
I'm just, man, these guys in the damn chat are just.
I know it. They're a trip. They're
freaking awesome.
So you're going to be seeing some Titanfall 2 from me. You're going to see some Battlefront 2. You're going to see some Mario Kart 8. And probably like some Halo at some point. So AYF 1983 said he'll just cover Nintendo games after I mentioned like 3 non-Nintendo games. But I am a Nintendo fanboy. There's no doubt about it. So And then Red Monarch says Cobra la 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 la. Are you familiar with the G.I. Joe movie from the 1980s, Craig?
Yeah.
Oh, such a great movie. I'm a huge G.I. Joe fan. So as you see, I have my G.I. Joe setup behind me. So
I have a ton of G.I. Joe stuff. My original stuff from growing up. Yeah, I have G.I. Joe when he had like real hair, the fuzz.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I still have him. It's freaking awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Jeffrey Toon says, I identify as Leia the Chug, meaning my dog. And that's okay. You can do that. Let's see. Play Rogue Squadron. Rogue Squadron is amazing. Yes, I've seen G.I. Joe Resolute. Are you playing those on Xbox, Jeremy? I have Battlefront on Xbox One and PS4. I have Titanfall on both systems, so I can play it on either. So I'm game for either. It just depends on who all wants to play in my party on my Geeks and Gamers team, and we'll see who has it on what system, and we'll go from there. So let's see.
Austin's like, play Freeberg, that sucker. Man, look, so I play in a band, and you know how drunk people get. The first thing they do is they go, "Oh, play Freebird." All right, they're the first ones that we kick out of the freaking bar. I mean, you get tired of playing the same stuff. And eventually, yes, we're going to play it, but man, don't tell me to play it. You just go get the drunk guy out of the bar.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your favorite game of all time outside of Mario Kart? It's Half-Life 2. Half-Life 2. I don't know. Are you a big gamer, Craig?
Man, God, I can't. I have a PS3, a PS4, Xbox One, and I still have my original Nintendo. And wow, I don't think I could pick a favorite.
Y'all want to see Chug Leia in a metal bikini?
I know somebody that can make that.
Oh boy. And people were wanting to know if Leia talks. So I recorded Leia. I'll put this up to the camera really quick. Let me turn my media player up. Her and my other dog, Puppy Face, they were talking the other day. So here you go. Hang on. All right, so there you have had your Leia entertainment for the night. So,
for all you fetish people out there, you have had your dog fun. So,
all right, let's see. So the Mr. Pete channel, this just in from Zero. Rian Johnson trilogy still a go. Well,
yeah, they're gonna keep saying that because they're in the middle of that merger with Fox.
No way it's happening. There's no way it's happening.
Yeah, it ain't happening.
I just don't see it. And I predicted that, like, the day after I saw The Last Jedi, even when I was trying to convince myself I liked that damn movie, I was still saying that movie ain't that trilogy ain't happening. So, Martle, okay, but the elephant in the room, play KOTOR for us. Seriously, it's a nice break from all the SJW bullshit that the Roundhead serves us. I am. And I started playing KOTOR a while back. Again, it's time. Like that, those types of games take so much time. It's just, and that's the problem for me. I would love to just turn my phone off and shut the world out and turn the internet off and play that game for like 12 straight hours. But that's not the reality of the world I live in right now. It's just not.
I wish I could. No, I do play it, and I do play it, but I mean, I just can't. I can't. It's like if you're gonna binge something on Netflix, you know what I mean? If you're gonna play it, you need to be able to get into it and do it. And every now and then I will take a day just to de-stress. And that's exactly what I will play. Just to de-stress. Cause it gets me into that world. You know what I mean? Which is what Star Wars has always done for me. And it's not doing it for me now.
So here's another super chat, and it's and I struggle with this name every time. It's SYLVA. So is it Salva? Silva? I always say Sylvia. They were making fun of me on Twitter the other day. So, but it's Silva Luca. is what I'm going to say, or Lucia. I identify as a UW, UWU. Ron, Navy, I'm an Atari guy. Go Space Invaders. Right on. You're old school then. You're old school. So, and Nicholas Glenn, give people the finger and say, here's your free bird, or there's your free bird. Infall should have called your new dog Chihuahua. So it's a Chihuahua. That's a good one. That's a good one. All right. So let's see. What do you guys got for me here in the chat? There's Fortnite is cancer says, and so I'm assuming you don't like Fortnite. I'm assuming that's what you're trying to say. But anyway, coming to you with another video. Did you guys like Ivan's edit? Did you see Ivan's edit of my intro, Craig?
I did.
Yeah. We that came about on the High Council. So I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
And people are like, your video, everybody's like, your intro is annoying. I'm like, I know it annoys me. Okay. But it's gotten to the point where I can't get away from it no matter what I do. So,
well, intros are part of the brand. So, I mean, it's kind of, you don't see McDonald's going on there and tearing down their sign and putting a Z up.
That's right. Hey, I used to hate PewDiePie's intro. Guess what? 64 million subs later, it worked out for him. So it worked out for him. So, so let's see. Fortnite is cancer with a K. All right. So that's what they do, man. This is what they do. So now
it's Kotar with a C.
What are your, so let's move into the next phase here. And what are your thoughts on episode 9? Do you have faith in episode 9? You know, what are your thoughts on it?
Okay. So since I'm an asshole, I'm going to be honest. Episode 9 is going to be a 2-hour and 30-minute shit show. And I told people this 3 weeks ago, 3 weeks, maybe a month ago. Some of my subs are up in the chat, so I mean I know they'll remember. It's probably been a month ago. And I told them they're going to throw everything but the kitchen sink into episode 9, trying to make it not bomb. And they're putting, and they are. You're seeing it come out every day. I mean, I told them 3 weeks ago, I said, you're going to be seeing Lando come back. And we're not talking about Pando. We're talking about Lando. You're going to see him come back. The original storyboards had a Mara figure, which they could do a twist on. Hopefully they don't make it Mara Jade. Hopefully they make it just a completely different character. And as of right now, boom, here comes Kerry Russell. And, I mean, they're going to throw everything in there to the point where they don't have room to tell it all. And that's exactly, and they're going to be going to Batu, which is just so happens to be where Galaxy's Edge is going to be for their Disney theme park. So it's basically a 2.5-hour infomercial for their theme parks, and that's the way they're going to end our trilogy. We do know Mark Hamill is going to come back. He does have a small role. It's not a leading role. It's not a big role. And it's just going to be a shit show in my opinion.
I think you got to really, I think you're kind of spot on there. I mean, as someone that follows the parks, I'm a fan of the parks. Everybody knows I love Walt Disney World. And I know how much money and time and expectations are put onto this theme park, the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge expansion at Walt Disney World and Disneyland, especially in Orlando, which is that's where I go. They are.
Yeah, that's where I go. Yeah.
Okay. They are, like, with Universal is really eating into their market share right now. With Harry Potter. Now they're developing a Nintendo Land. I mean, they want this Star Wars Galaxy's Edge to be a grand slam, and I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be cool, and I think it's going to be awesome. I don't think there's going to be a lot of. I don't like, the parks are so different. You have international tourists. You have people that save for years, to go to a trip to Walt Disney World. I don't see the parks having a really a big negative impact, because this is just one aspect of Walt Disney World that is the most visited place on the planet. So, I mean, it's not going to hurt them with Star Wars struggling as much as a lot of people would think, but it's definitely not going to help either. But I do think that there's going to be an enthusiasm problem. And so, but I think you're spot on though with it being just basically a 2.5 hour, commercial for the Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. That's a really good way of putting it. So,
I mean, that's exactly what it's going to be.
Hammer of Crom, it says, who's on the stream? You just got notified. We've been on here an hour and he just got notified. Great. Thanks, YouTube. But we have Craig from
Thanks,
Reviews.
Obama. Yeah.
we have Craig from Reviews for You on the stream right now. So go ahead, Craig. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, that's but the cool thing is, and I don't know if you've heard about it or not, the one in Orlando, they weren't getting. It was going to be like, all new characters from their new stuff that they've done. But if you'll notice, especially if you've been there since Star Wars has been there, and I know you have. If you go through there, the line to see Kylo and the line to see Darth Vader, the line to see Kylo is about a tenth of the line to see Darth Vader.
Mm-hmm.
They're relying on the original trilogy characters. The new characters aren't really doing anything, and so whenever they go to build Galaxy's Edge, it was supposed to be the new characters and the new this and the new that. Well, now they have reverted back to bringing the original trilogy characters there, and they are going to build a luxury hotel. I don't know if you're aware of that or not.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And from the pictures I have seen of the, just the, I guess it's concept art. With the interactive screens, you'll never be able to see outside. So every window is as if you are on an Imperial ship the whole entire time. I've got, pictures of what of what the rooms are going to look like, which looks like you are staying on a ship, and every screen is interactive. They pulled out, they've applied for a patent for a blaster that actually works. It works off of mirrors and sensors, so it looks like you're actually shooting a blaster. So you see it come out. They have two interactive attractions that will be inside of the actual hotel itself, which is you're going to be in a battle in an Imperial ship, and the other one is going to be you're going to be flying the Millennium Falcon, not the Millennial Falcon. You will be in the Millennium Falcon. So they have those. They have the actual cantina, and this is what really got everybody last night. I have seen part of their menu, and the blue sea cow titty milk is on it.
Oh no!
Yes,
No.
I kid you not. You know what? I wish I was lying about that, but it's not. It is actually already on the menu. And then they started going into, you're going to get rose tacos, and it got crazy last night. These guys, man, oh, they're awesome in the chats. But yeah, but I mean, it makes me want to go there. But for $700 a night,
yeah,
and plus, Star Wars attire is provided, and you can bring your own to wear around in the hotel. So it is a complete, all-encompassing experience, as if you were in the Star Wars world, which is great.
it does sound cool. It does sound cool. I mean, as a big, and I'm a big Walt Disney World fan. At some point, I mean, my subscribers here have asked me multiple times to go down there and do like a review of Walt Disney World, and do like a live stream and, take my camera, and I'm all for that. I mean, I'm so passionate about Walt Disney World. It's an incredible place.
I love Disney World.
So yeah, it's a lot of people don't understand how massive it is. Like, it is overwhelming for you.
You can't do it in a day.
You can't even do it in a week. I mean, It's so big. I mean, there's 4 theme parks, there's 2 water parks, there's a wide world of sports, there's the hotel tours, there's the downtown Disney area. It's crazy. I mean, it's twice the size of Manhattan. And so let me get to a couple of these super chats real quick. So Silva says, your intro is great. Haters be hating. Should I give you guys an intro? Do you want an intro? Just a spur of the moment intro? Do you want one? Let me know, chat. I'm going to read some more super chats. You let me know. Do you want an intro? Herpicus McDurpington. Lucasfilm proper should get involved with the Mara situation. They could really use some positive publicity. You're damn right they should. Like, they should definitely get involved with that. And it's very frustrating that they won't. They won't.
No, they won't.
So, man, I think we've got the majority are saying yes, but a few all caps no. But there's more yeses than nos. So what's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy with Craig coming to you with another video. And today I'm going to read some more super chats. Anton Vance, did you get my how I would have written the Last Jedi email I sent to you? I actually did get your email. I'm sorry I hadn't responded to it, but I did get the email. I have not read it yet, but I did see it in my inbox. Arc Trooper Knox, Episode 9, Galaxy's Edge. The Resistance heads to the unknown regions of the edge of the galaxy to discover the origins of the First Order in Orlando. Did you see Jeremy John's video today, by the way, Craig?
I did not.
Oh my God. It was incredible. He basically talked about why the First Order sucks compared to the Empire, and he nailed it. I mean, he nailed it. And even as someone that, does like The Force Awakens, the First Order is like, they're so not intimidating in that movie. You know what I mean?
They're not the Empire.
They're not. And it's really bad. It's really bad. But everybody needs to go watch Jeremy John's latest video after the live stream, obviously. But it's great. So highly recommend that. Rick Morana says, if blue Bobby milk is just blue Russian cocktails, sign me the hell up. By the way, apparently you can't send Bobby or Tootie. Hilarious. And then Captain Liberator, Disney, stop episode 9. Just walk away. You'll save money in the long run. After you get Lucasfilm restarted, start a new trilogy. Nobody cares about seeing the third shitstorm. 100% accurate. You're 100% accurate.
I am looking forward to the D&D. Because, I mean, that hasn't been announced yet, what they're going to be doing. But I was told what they're going to be doing. So everybody's going to love that. Everybody's going to love that movie. That trilogy is going to be freaking awesome.
Data Racer 117, Craig is from Reviews for You. He has several videos up on his channel discussing a lot of the topics we are talking about. So, Jeremy, did you see the G.I. Joe music video I sent you? Sorry, I can't super chat just now. No problem, Purge. I don't recall seeing that email. Again, my inbox has been flooded, and continue to see.
In Jeremy's defense, he doesn't answer a freaking email for like 6 months.
It's true.
I'm just putting that out there.
Because Craig tried to contact me. And I remember at one point, on I was watching one of your videos, and people were like, "Have you talked to Jeremy yet?" And you're like, "He's gonna get back to me. I'm telling you, he's gonna get back to me. He's gonna get back to me." I was like, "Damn it, I'm making this guy look bad because eventually I've got to get back to him. He's vouching for me right now." So, let's see.
Oh, there's Jessica Butler.
Oh yeah, Jessica's always over here. She's great. So
she is awesome.
How hard will episode 9 crash and burn? Okay, so this is an interesting question. We an interesting topic to jump into. This I get asked this on every single live stream. What is the box office? What do we think the episode 9 box office is going to do? I've said now I've failed miserably with Solo because I said if it could do 650 million, it will be an epic failure, and that's the lowest it can go. I was clearly wrong because it did lower than 400 million.
I hit that sucker dead on. So I did. I hit opening weekend dead on, and I hit final numbers dead on. So I already knew what was coming with that, and I'll be honest with you. I think you're only looking if they don't go ahead and change the things that need to be changed right now at Lucasfilm, because everything will change after that. If they go ahead and announce, KK's gone, Ryan shit's not going to get done, so and so is coming in. There's 2 people already looking at the job, and they want to bring in part of their creative team anyway, which is great. Then anything less than 800 million is going to be a bomb, and because they're throwing so much money in it, and they're going to promote the teetotal crap out of this. But it's I'm saying around 750 to 780 million if they don't change the way they're doing things, if they don't get off the fans' backs. Which, if you'll notice on Twitter and everything else, they're not really jumping on the fans anymore. That's that pretty much Bob Iger's got his foot over their neck right now. And if you'll notice, Pablo's tone has completely went. The only one that didn't is Chuck Wendig, and he, and hell, he can't sell a book anyway. So, I'm seriously. His mom used to buy the first copy, and now she's not. She's not even buying copies of it now. At least that's what I posted on his thing the other day. And he went crazy.
Right.
That dude's nuts.
Let's see. There was a couple of questions that they were in the regular chat and I missed it. So let's see. So I've made the comment. I don't think it's going to do 1 billion, and if it doesn't do 1 billion, that's going to be a catastrophic failure. I definitely think 850, 900 is still doable for this movie, and it comes down to what they're going to do. We're so far away from this movie. We are so far away. What are we still like a year and a half away from this movie? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
A lot can change.
Now they are aware of how big we are now.
Yeah, I know they are now, especially after Solo,
Uh-huh.
and it's not even just, and that's not even just us though. I mean, that just showed how much they've pissed off the general audience also. Like people that don't pay attention to anything we're saying on YouTube, people that don't pay attention to all the back and forth Twitter, just people that just went and saw The Last Jedi and didn't like it. You know what I mean? And they were like, I don't care to go see another Star Wars movie because this is crap. The second week drop for The Last Jedi, it was very telling as to, how bad it was,
Right.
And
And that's what you look at is the second week. The second week is the telltale. I mean, it had a decent opening weekend, but it sucked so bad. It had like a 57% drop
oh
on the
no,
second weekend.
it was like 68.
It was way down there.
Yeah,
I mean, it was way down
because
there.
the Force Awakens had like a 37% drop, which is very low. Rogue One,
really low.
Rogue One was like I think Rogue One was like in the mid 50s, which is that's pretty good. That's good. So, and then you had The Last Jedi, which was like 68%, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So, and that's
it
just
was way down.
Yeah, and again, yeah, it did 1.3. World class bullshitters did a great video breaking down why that 1.3 billion isn't as
that's not impressive.
Right. It's not as impressive as it may seem. And so, yeah, I mean, and it's just, you have to look at how badly it affected everything, man. And Solo did not fail because of Solo. Solo failed because of The Last Jedi.
Right.
And
I feel bad for Ron Howard on that. But to be perfectly honest, I mean, I got to see Solo for free because obviously I wasn't going to pay for it. But I mean, I get to see the stuff for free before they come out. And it's just, I mean,
I'm trying to Laura Ryan stole my fan fiction story. What questions asked in an interview? I don't know. Are you talking about on this video here? I don't know exactly what you're talking about, Laura. So try to comment again and I'll try to catch it. Go ahead, Craig.
It's turned out Solo just turned out to be a movie. I mean, it was just nothing really special to it, and really dark video. And it's not just because that's how it came out in the movie theaters; it's just how they shot it. It just turned out to be a meh video. I mean, it's okay. It's not ever gonna break any records, and people didn't want a Solo movie to begin with, and you had the backlash going on, and I was at the premiere doing my thing, and as I'm at the premiere, everybody's still going to see Deadpool 2 on its second week. They're not going to see Solo, and then I walked up in there, and I kid you not, just to check it out in my stormtrooper attire. I walked up in there and just to check it out, looked up in it. There were 6 people on opening night in the IMAX theater.
6.
I
mean, I looked at everything. I looked at all of the. Everybody loves how I say theater. Theater. I looked at all of the theaters here locally. I looked at them in Orlando. I looked at them in Atlanta, New York, and like all of the pre-sales. Man, there was just so many seats available for opening night, and I'm like, this is not what Star Wars movies do. How are you guys saying this is going to make $170 million? Like there's all you have to do is the slightest bit of research and you're going to find out this is not true,
But Jeremy, they wrote a freaking article through all their shit websites that said it was beating Black Panther in pre-sales. Look, I got news for you. Solo is no Black Panther. Oh, I'm sorry. I like that movie too, but I'm supposed to be racist. I'm sorry. Again, I subverted expectations. I'm sorry. I'll sit back now. I mean, so far I'm not sexist. I'm not racist. I'm not a misogynist. I have just completely blown all my subs are going to leave me now. They're all going to go.
Oh man. So Laura says she can't super chat. I'm still, I only saw the one you said you can't super chat. I didn't see anything else, Laura. I'm looking though. Let's see. Oh, okay. He said interview with Lucasfilm was weird. So yeah. So if you want to talk about that again really quick, Craig, about the
Yeah,
interview. So,
it was weird.
so you went on a job interview with Lucasfilm.
Right. So normally if you go on a job interview, they go through everything and your qualifications and this and that, and they ask standard questions. And we have standard questions too. And they're all meant to judge somebody's character or what they're thinking or their creativity. Especially in this situation would have been their creative ability. Um, and it was not like that at all. And I don't know if it's because I had a penis. I don't know. I did put my real name down, and I don't know many women named Craig. So it was really weird. The feeling inside of the place was not like it has been over the past 12 years, and I have been going there for the past 12 years. I've stopped by there a lot, and it just gave you the feeling of and just like my buddies say, I mean, um, it is like split down the middle. You have the people that don't agree with what's going on, and you have the Kathleen Kennedy crew, the clique, which can pretty much say, "Hey, can we do this?" Yes, and the rest of them say, "Hey, can we do this?" No, I don't think that's the way we want to go with that. And that's the way things have been going, and it makes for a whole lot of tension. And he doesn't want to leave. A couple of them don't want to leave. They've been over there. They've been with Lucasfilm for 25, 30 years. And it's terrible. And I felt bad for him, but he paid for lunch, so it was good.
But you got a question here, and it said Spoon 71 says, "What do you do if you don't mind me asking?" No, there's no problem. You guys can ask whatever you want. He'll answer what he want or what he can, and we'll go from there. But like I said, it's I know that I had some people ask me about Craig, some things you were saying, and they're like, do you know if it's true? I'm like, well, I mean, he seems like a stand-up guy, so let's just bring him on. I'm recapping for more people that are watching.
Right,
so
sure.
So yeah, this is your opportunity to ask him questions. If you have any questions that you want to, I've seen a few of you that were skeptical here in the thread, and that's fine. So this is your opportunity to ask. So yeah.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of my subs in the chat as well, and I'll put out a video, and 2 weeks later it comes true. I'll put out a video, and 5 days later it's true. And I'll
Right,
put out
and
a
there's
video.
been a lot of people who have been confirming that in the chat throughout the discussion
So,
too. So
and I'll wait until I get a confirmation from my guys, because they'll send me, hey, this is we heard this today, we heard this today. Well, to me that's rumor and speculation. I'm not going to put that out there. So I'll say, all right, well, until you confirm that, I'm not going to do anything. But there's a lot of stuff that they have given me that is just speculation, but I still just don't throw that out there. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I don't want to lose my credibility, and I actually was in the film industry. I've had my own TV show. I have run my own production company. Right now, I own 3 companies. One is just a regular automotive shop. One is a restoration shop, and the other I build race cars and race motors. And I race cars just for the hell of it, and that's pretty much my life. I mean, it's you got to run 3 companies. It takes a lot. And then when I started the YouTube deal, this takes an ass of time, man. Y'all people don't realize how much time this actually takes.
it does take a lot of time. By the way, do you know any good, or are you a good body shop guy on cars?
Oh yeah, when we do our restorations, they're complete frame offs.
My T-tops leak on my 300ZX, and I need some work on that. So
that's the problem. All that is Yeah, that's no problem.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Let me get caught up on some of these super chats real quick. Okay, so Infall has a 3-parter. So let me see if I can see. Really liked your video the other day about the overuse of the SJW term, like being the SJW's overuse of terms like racist, misogynist, etc. I have previously identified myself in your chats as being a liberal, and what annoys me about SJWs is that they don't understand that their extreme, Bastorius reactionary views are like Antifa, damaging to left-wing politics in a similar way that the likes of neo-Nazis, the KKK, and actual white supremacists are damaging the right-wing politics. Sorry for getting political, but blatantly stupidity is very frustrating to me. I agree with you, man. And I know I use that term a lot too. I use the SJW term a lot. I try to apply it to the correct situations. And it's a broad term. Some people have a different interpretation of what that word means. I've said many times, like basically the basic philosophy for me of an SJW is someone that does not care about the thing that they're complaining about. So for instance, I have a lot of people now that are sharing my videos and being outraged over them every time. They know more about my content than I do. You know, they're like, Jeremy said this at the 7:22 mark on, February 22nd. I'm like, damn, do you guys really remember this? Like, because they hate everything I say, but they know everything I say. And so the moment, I looked specifically, and I'm like, I wonder if the people that are nitpicking and watching it like a hawk every single word that comes out of my mouth in every single video, I wonder if these same people that can't stop sharing my content to complain about it, I wonder if they're going to share the Shannon McRandall video. None of them shared it. Do you know why? Because they don't care about this channel. They only care about using it to be outraged because I don't agree with I don't say what they want me to say. So they're using my channel and other channels as a platform to be outraged. That is a social justice warrior. So a lot of these people that are getting involved with Star Wars fandom now, they are only trying to push their political ideology into Star Wars. They did it with Ghostbusters. They're doing it with Marvel Comics. They are not a sustainable business. Like, that's not a sustainable business model to market to those people. Those are social justice warriors, because as soon as they get whatever they want implemented into whatever they are trying to do, they aren't going to support that business. They're going to leave it, and they're going to find another business to infect their nonsense into. So you should never pander to them. You should never do what they want. So like for me, every time I see these SJWs sharing my videos and calling me every name in the book, am I supposed to listen to those people and change what I'm doing because of those people? Hell no. I listen to the people that are in this chat, the people that are supporting what we do, the people that are liking our videos, sharing our videos, and giving constructive criticism. There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism. Nothing wrong. But I will be damned if I will not listen to somebody who only uses our videos to share them to be outraged. But the moment we have a positive cause that we are trying to raise money for someone that's going through cancer, that's been in the Star Wars community for as long as any of us can remember and done so much for the Star Wars community and been the face of the EU, and the moment we're trying to do something positive and raise money, these fuckers don't want to do any kind of sharing of our videos. They don't want to drop any links because it doesn't fit their narrative. So they can go fuck themselves. All right, I'm done.
Rant off.
All right,
I agree. If it's not negative, they don't care. And to be honest with you, that's perfectly fine with me, because I don't want these negative ass people to do anything. I don't want them to help. They're not going to help anyway. She had tried a GoFundMe page before, and I actually have I have pictures of where about 100 people jumped on her for posting up her GoFundMe page. Literally, seriously.
jeez.
Which is what made her knock it down, so she could go ahead and stop it early.
So frustrating.
And being somebody that's in the middle of this and has gone through it with my dad, you know what? I mean, fuck you.
Mm-hmm.
You're a piece of shit. What kind of human being? I mean, did your mom really raise you like that? Because my mom didn't. My mom would kick my ass if she knew there was something I could do, no matter how little it was, and I didn't do it. That's That's how I was raised, and my dad was very adamant about the same thing. If there's something you can do, do it.
Right. Right. Let me get caught up on some more of this real quick. Evernum, Jeremy, it was great that you and Monday Matt cleared the air last night. Thank you. That was pretty cool. That was all due to this community making it happen. I'm sitting there live streaming after the High Council last night, and our community here is like, "Hey, why don't you bring Monday Matt on?" They're super chatting me like crazy. I'm like, I mean, okay, why are you asking me this? They're like, "He's live. We're talking to him now. We're trying to get him to come on." I'm like, okay, and then he had said that he's like, tell Jeremy to send me a link. So I was like, all right, cool. So I'd never spoke with him other than our little spat on Twitter that we had about a month ago, where he tagged me, called me out about some bullshit, and so I gave him the link. He joins, and I'm like, hey man. And he said, hey. I said, let's not even talk. Let's just go live and hash it out. He goes, fuck it, we'll do it live. I was like, all right, let's do it. And we went live.
It's the way men do it.
Yeah, and so we went live, and we hashed out our little issue right there. And then after we got it behind us, we started talking about Star Wars and Batman and all kind of things. And it was pretty cool. So I thank all of you here in the community for making that happen. So it was awesome. So okay, so Hobbitten says, our super chats still going to Mara Jade actress. Some of them are. I mean, obviously I've got a business to run, but what I'm going to do is, because YouTube takes whatever they take, 20, 30%. I don't even know.
30%.
So
Yeah,
so that so that $858 that we raised the other night, I'm gonna take more money, and I'm going to make up for that 30% that we lost from the super chat cut that they take. So we're gonna probably be, I don't know, I don't have a calculator on me at the moment. That puts us over $1,000. Probably puts us at around 1,100 right now. So that 1,100, and then we're still going to work on continuing to raise more money and awareness. So and a link to her GoFundMe, I'll give that to you right now. So boom, and here it is, clipboard. Boom. There you go right there. So if you can share that, please, if you don't mind. This is an important cause for the Star Wars community, and I think we all need to rally around her. So Turl G. Hey, guys. Can't wait.
Toriel. Yeah.
Huh? Is it? Toriel. I say it right? Toriel. Okay. Hey, guys. Can't wait to see it later. Great. You guys can finally get together. Definitely. I'm happy to have Craig on. Unlike, Monday, Matt, me and Craig didn't have any beef. So, but no, we're
we can make one. We can make it be like wrestling.
Well, I mean, like, who's your football team?
I'll be Stone Cold, and you can be Roman Reigns.
Oh, fuck that. I'm not going to be Roman Reigns. Fuck that. I'll be Stone Cold, and you can be Gilbert, okay?
Oh, shit. Oh, that is wrong. Wait a minute. What if I'm the fake Diesel?
I remember that.
Which turned out to be Kane. Yeah, I'll be the fake Razor Ramon, which turned out to be nobody.
Oh, good stuff. Now, are you an old school wrestling fan?
Dude, yeah, not the crap they do now.
Yeah, I can't deal with it now. No, I can't.
When it gets into Stone Cold and Triple H and the NWO, when they went to WCW was WCW was nah. And then, boy, when the NWO got there,
it was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Man, it was freaking awesome. And then, the Four Horsemen, and nobody says, the one that never will be named ever again, which was Chris Benoit, because of what he did in Atlanta. But you got Ric Flair, and I met him 3 times. That dude is a freaking trip. Oh my God, he's a trip. Now Kevin Nash, I met him once. Now they kept saying he was like 7'1" or 7'2" or 7'3" or something like that. 7'1" I think is what they said, because he was like comparing himself to Big Show, and he was like, "I'm not freakishly tall like Big Show, being 7'3". Okay, I was like, yeah, I don't think he's really 7'1". Oh yeah, because I'm damn near 6'2", and I was looking up to his ass. Oh yeah, that's a big boy. That's a big boy right there. Yeah, hell yeah, man. I am a junkyard dog.
We can you and me can definitely have some wrestling discussions. We're gonna save it for another one, because if I title it Star Wars and we don't talk Star Wars, they will leave in a minute and tell me to go fuck myself. So we're gonna stay on point here. Michael Rodriguez, did you happen to see Andy Gutierrez's desk? I did see that picture. Yeah, like I said, I never really had a big deal. I saw that cup that she used, the Fanboy Tears. She's been using that for years. I know Laura, who's probably watching right now, Laura Story, she actually shared that picture, tagged me and Ethan, Rebel Force Radio. And so I get it, though. I mean, with everything going on at Lucasfilm, I get it why people will have an issue with that, and it's completely justified. Me personally, I don't have an issue with it. Maybe that's because I've been familiar with that image for years of her drinking it at her desk. I like Andy Gutierrez. She is the host of the Star Wars show. I've never
And
had any.
she grew up in Star Wars. I
Yeah.
mean,
So
uh,
I never had a problem with her whatsoever. I know the shills are trying to say I hate her. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. I've never had anything bad to say about her. I even took up for that situation back in the day when on the Star Wars show, when she was walking forward and there was the picture of Luke Skywalker with the X over his face. Do you remember that?
yeah.
And I even took up for that situation then. I mean, so again, that's just my opinion. And if other people have a problem with it, I completely respect that. I completely respect that. Laura, you got doxxed? Oh, yeah, I heard about that. I did hear about that. So terrible. I'm so sorry that happened to you. And then Rebel Force got, they ran them off of Twitter. So, but
Oh, dude, I jumped in the middle of those guys' ass for doing that to Rebel Force Radio. Um,
uh,
yeah,
is
I got put in Twitter timeout for it. But I mean, yeah, what's Twitter jail? I mean, really.
Yeah, I know. So that's just me. But like I said, you all know. I just always have to repeat myself because we have so many new people watching. I'm an individualist. I don't care what you think. I don't mean I don't care, but I'm saying it's not going to affect me. I have my opinion, and I respect the fact that you have your opinion. It's not going to upset me or bother me if we have differences. And so that's just how I roll. So, and I believe in the individual's power to have their own opinions, and I'll never get upset with you as long as you're not spreading lies and all that type of stuff like a lot of these people on Twitter like to do. So Travis Mattern said, I went to see Solo on opening night at the Brendan Theaters in Modesto, California, where George Lucas is from. And it was a very empty theater. Hashtag Holdo lives. Let's see. Michael Rodriguez. Craig, what shows did you produce work on?
Actually, the shows that I did were outdoor shows. So we had my show, which was Outdoor Destinations, obviously with me. And the other shows I did production for was more fishing shows because at the time I was a professional fisherman. I toured the country just fishing for bass and got paid for it, and fished a bunch of tournaments and got paid for it. So it was pretty awesome. And then as I started getting into that, there was more stuff that the Outdoor Network was just starting to come up. They had just started the Outdoor Network, and they were having to compete with ESPN because ESPN had BASS. So the Outdoor Network and oh God, what was the name of the new one? Fox Sports Net had just come up, and they were both trying to start at the same time, and they needed content. So I came up with some ideas for things that they could do, and made put 13 shows in a can, which is a season, and gave it to them, and they loved the idea. I did that for 2 years for the Outdoor Channel, and then Fox Sports Net wanted to have something that was all their own. So I did that as well. I worked with them on getting that stuff all set up. And I mean, my production company, I owned all my equipment. So, I mean, I had everything to edit, everything to shoot, all the microphones. I had everything, and I would go through and I would actually edit the stuff together myself because, I mean, I know how the story I know how the show wanted to look. I wanted how, this is how it needs to start and go, and this is how it needs to end, because I can make a show look like you caught fish or you didn't catch anything. You know what I mean? And when you get two guys bantering back and forth and jawing back and forth and teasing each other back and forth, um, you know, you can make it look like a really close battle all the way to the end of the show. So if I really wanted to, I mean, I could make anything I wanted to out of that, which that production background, and then of course knowing how to use all the software and everything else helps. And you know, and I did that for a long time. So it was cool just having my own show. I thought that was awesome.
Perth Comics says, Jeremy, say this. All right, I'm gonna try. 1-1 was a racehorse. 1-2 was 1-2. 1-1 won one race one day. 1-2 won 1-2. Booyah! What up? What up? Mic drop on this mofo.
That means you got to double the super chat because he did it.
And it wasn't even a super chat, Perth. I just gave you I just did that regular just because. Just because. I just pulled the. I'm not gonna say. I usually have a saying I say, but it's the middle of the day. I'm not gonna use that type of language. All right, go giraffe. I don't know how to say this one, but it's go giraffe. Giraffe. I don't know how the fuck you say your name. GOJIRAIFY. What is the name of your auto shop?
Which one?
Which one?
There's three of them. There's three of them. One is MFJ Racing. The other two are just restoration and regular automotive stuff. So, but the MFJ Racing, that we build race cars, race engines, everything else. Plus, I go out there and drive them. Which is the cars that were on the video where I went up against Jason the other day. And said we never do, the manliest thing we ever do is put Harrison Ford up as our avatar. So I showed him some pictures of some 5 second, 6 second, and 7 second cars going down the freaking quarter mile that I actually built by hand, the motor, the car, and drove them. So yeah, I think that's pretty manly. So keep drinking your soy there, Jason.
Let's see. Tony Clark, warning: if you're a fan dressed droid at the hotel bar, watch your drinks. Pando cited serving hot Cosby. Rumor is they hit harder than a restraining bolt.
Oh, Jesus,
your future could be a Jawa bathtub on ice missing parts. Very good, very good, very good, Tony Clark.
Man, he makes the best freaking super chats. Oh my god, he does, man. He puts out some awesome stuff.
S Gamble 121682. Craig, will Disney be forced to scrap this trilogy?
No, they really don't have a choice. They're going to go into this. If you're talking about the episode 9, no, they're not. Taken because originally Kathleen Kennedy had wanted and had asked for and been approved to have creative control over it. But then we all know that was completely taken away from her. There's that. So now it is completely all on J.J. Abrams, and that's why she made her little deal about her spiel about her not having anything to do with episode 9. That is all on J.J. Abrams. Okay, that is saying, look, I'm fired, and if episode 9 flops, it's JJ's fault, not mine. That's exactly what that was. That's because nobody can ever take blame for anything. I got news for you. I made a mistake on a car today when I was welding the frame together because it moved on the jig, and guess what? I owned it. It took 3 hours to undo what I did, but I hadn't realized that the car had moved on the jig, and these cars have to be perfect. If they're not perfect, then you will never be able to drive one with 3,000 horsepower. So, but I owned it, and I didn't have my guys fix it because it wasn't them that screwed it up. So,
all right, let me get to John real quick, because John, you are up next. Do we know whether Iger's dissatisfaction has been rained down on Rian? One would think if it had, Rian would have chilled out on Twitter. Honestly, so here's my thoughts on it. And I don't know if you saw the video where I covered that Reddit story that apparently has been taken down now, but there was a Reddit story from someone that claimed
the JJ ass kisser.
Yes, exactly. Someone that claimed that they used to be an employee at Lucasfilm. I covered that, and I said, like, this sounds like J.J. Abrams actually paid somebody to do this. They were a big J.J. fanboy, big time. It was very pro J.J., very anti Rian Johnson. And if JJ paid to have that done, that actually that's a good thing in my opinion. But there
were a lot of good points that were brought up in there that are exactly what I'm hearing. Not the J.J. Abrams parts, but the discord inside of
Yeah, and then there was reports that Bob Iger hates Ryan Johnson's
Oh
vision
yes.
and all that stuff. So I mean, if and I believe that if Ryan has gotten worse on Twitter lately, but because he's been responding, but he's been so sarcastic about it. I'm sorry it didn't work for you. I'm sorry it didn't work for you. You know, like just completely just passive dismissive behavior. And it's just very frustrating. So I got to run through a few of these real quick. So let me get caught up here. Okay, Infall 1403 says, "Hell yeah, got Jeremy to go on a rant." Hingle McCringleberry says, "I'm giving you money because I want you to watch Jeremy John's video on how the First Order isn't intimidating. Do it now." I just talked about that. I saw that video already, and it's fantastic. I was telling everyone here in this live stream that they definitely need to go check it out. It's a great video. Like,
I am going to watch it.
yeah, it's a great video. So go ahead and do that. I'll handle a few of these right here. So just mute yourself while you watch it. It is fantastic. Are you gonna watch it now?
No, I'll watch it after the stream.
Oh, after stream. Okay, gotcha. I thought you meant you're going to watch it now. Bro Man says, "Here's $5. Have a root beer float on me." Thank you, Bro Man. Appreciate that. My eyes are up here with some. That's a nice avatar you got there. Some boobies. $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Alexis Evans, please give my money to Mar Jade. Prayers to her. You got it. Sam Flanagan, yeah, the SJW B job is a weak attempt and a limp approach. Michael Rodriguez, sorry, Jeremy. Meant the first question for Craig when he was given the tour of Lucasfilm. Thanks for clearing it up about her, though. No problem. Jedi Knight and a friend of Captain Solo. As a lifelong Star Wars fan who hated The Last Jedi, your channel has been very therapeutic. Thanks for keeping up the great work. May the Force be with Shannon. Thank you. Thank you for your comments. Alexis Evans, Craig, are you a Star Wars, the Clone Wars fan?
Yes. Who wouldn't be?
Yeah.
I am also a Rebels fan. I am also a Knights of the Old Republic fan. I am a 90% fan of the EU because we all know that 10% of it is shit, and even you EU fans can agree with that. I'm just not a fan of the Disney stuff. I did like Rogue One, probably more because I was in it, but I did like Rogue One. It was more like a Star Wars movie. The Force Awakens, I didn't feel was bad. I just, it was a soft opening movie. I am a huge fan of all genre of Star Wars. And if you went around my house, you would definitely know it. It's crazy.
I got you on that link. Somebody else asked for a link to your channel. I just dropped it as Geeks and Gamers right there. So, and yeah, that's where like we defer a little bit. I mean, I obviously everybody knows my feelings on The Force Awakens, and I had problems with Rogue One. I liked it. It was fine. I like the last 45 minutes are fantastic. Fantastic.
Yes, the end of the movie was great. The introduction of Death Troopers, the introduction of Mud Troopers, the introduction of the ATSTs, the most badass scene ever of Darth Vader ever in the history of ever.
Agreed.
That scene right there is if there was an award that could be given for one scene in a movie, that should win it hands down.
Well, I'll say
this,
this,
and I can't believe Disney did it.
Well, I'll say this. So now where we are as Star Wars fandom, I would say 100%, that the most well received Star Wars film under Disney is Rogue One, and it's not even close. The tide has shifted on The Force Awakens. There's no doubt about that, and obviously The Last Jedi is garbage. So I think if you just look at Star Wars fans in general, I think that Rogue One is the most well received by far. What do you think about that?
It is.
Yeah.
It is definitely the closest thing to a Star Wars film that has been made. And I also went through the numbers on The Last Jedi. I also went through the numbers on Solo because I'm a numbers guy. Running businesses, I see numbers all day long, and that's how I make decisions. And that's how I attack my channel. So when I come out there, I mean, I know what a bad business decision is. I know what a good one is. Everything they're doing, if you want a successful business, I'm just going to tell you right now, do everything exactly opposite of what the fuck Disney's doing. Because these people don't know how to run damn business. But I did. I went through. I've got one. It's called Solo by the Numbers, and it gives you a basic breakdown. I don't go into exact detailed numbers because I'm just trying to, because everybody always sees gross. They don't ever see net. Net is different than gross. So it's more informative that way. Because it's like, well, it made 1.3 million, and Last Jedi and The Force Awakens made 2 billion, so that's 3.3 billion, and then Solo made like $12, and then Rogue One made $1 billion. So you take that and you add it all up, and you have 5 billion and $12. Well, they've made 5 billion and $12. That's not how this works. But
Nope.
that's the way the average person would look at it. So I just try to inform them on exactly how this stuff works.
Hello Jumper said, I was subscribed an hour ago. I refreshed my window and it showed me unsubscribed. What the actual hell, man? That is insane. Unbelievable. All right, I got a few super chats I get caught up on. John Smith said, "Did I miss my response? Did I miss the response to my super chat? No, you didn't, sir. But I apologize for the wait. Hawbitten, is Rey attractive? Everyone I've asked says she's so. She doesn't look bad, but I think she's written and played totally asexually. I think it's intentional. Some feminists like that. What you say? I think Daisy Ridley's attractive. I don't know if Rey it's almost like Kelly Marie Tran is attractive, but Rose is
She's
not.
cute as a button.
So yeah, but Rose is not. So I think
Rose is not.
Yeah, I think Daisy Ridley is very attractive. I think Rose is kind of. I'm sorry. Rey is kind of whatever. Like she's fine, like she's attractive enough. But Daisy Ridley, I think, is attractive. So what are your thoughts on that?
I think Daisy Ridley is a very cute girl. I really do. And I will say that Kelly Marie Tran, in day-to-day normal clothing and the way she normally acts and dresses and everything else, and the way she acts really helps. Because I have watched videos with just her interacting with everybody else. And you know as well as I do, Jeremy, you can have a pretty woman and she has a shitty personality and it makes her ugly. And Kelly Marie Tran is just cute as a button to begin with. And then you take her bubbly attitude that she normally has in every video I've ever watched of her and her personality and add to it. Dude, she is cute as a button to me. Rose Tico? No.
No, not at all.
And Mad Talk TV, I'm just going to throw this out. Mad Talk TV is going to be, we're going to be voicing over The Last Jedi. I am set to voice 2 of the actors. In The Last Jedi, I will be Vice Admiral Gender Studies. So I will be voicing Holdo, and I will also be voicing Rose Tico. And those 2 characters are mine. I will make them my own as I act through there, and pretty much my voice is not going to change.
My sub count, my sub count just went from 67,968 to and I dropped to 934, and now it's back up, and now it jumped back up. I'm refreshing right now, like on my phone. What the hell, man? YouTube's insane. Anyway, so Martel So, thank you for the super chat. You're always incredibly supportive. I hope you don't get tired of me just saying that, but it's amazing the support that you show Geeks and Gamers, and it's very appreciated. So down with SJW Wars, long live the rebellion. Yes.
Oh, we got the Dark Side Riders in the house. This is the charity group that is going to be helping us with Mara Jade, setting it up in Los Angeles, California. Dark Side Riders are here.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad y'all guys showed up for the chat. They're all in for helping Mary Jade.
Excellent.
And they volunteered for it. I love, and me and Ivan went over it the other night, and John from John Talk Star Wars. We all 3 of us were in the same chat. Doing a live stream, and just the whole community is. I mean, I had to quit talking for a second just because of the amount of support that everybody was given. Because I mean, it really means a lot to her, but I mean, it really means a lot to me too. So.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm happy to have those guys here. Wolfman Jack says DC's Injustice comic had Superman become a dictator, and the story showed the tragedy to explain why it happened. Luke trying to kill his nephew, despite all his growth in the OT, is bad writing. Period. You're 100% right, Wolfman Jack, and it's good to have you here in the chat. So, Hawk Art says, Jeremy, any comment on Mickey Star Wars on Twitter and the drama there? I have no comment. Those guys can't stop talking about me, and that's fine. I'm blocked on. They blocked me a long time ago. Don't care. As I said on my Twitter, and I'll read you guys what I said on my Twitter account earlier, because at this point it's the negativity. Like they're trying to drag us down into their filth, and I'm done with it. So my tweet was, "Time to let the negative Nancy scream at themselves. We have way too many awesome things going on at geeksandgamers.com, and my full attention needs to go there. Less Twitter, more videos, less arguing with trolls, more attention to our Patreon, onward and upward." And that is exactly what I'm doing. I don't care what these people have to say anymore. I'm not going to give them the attention that they so desperately crave. So, all right. And we're caught up on super chats.
Well,
So,
that's why I made that video immediately after I saw Jason's video. Where, I mean, honestly, the video before that one, I mean, he had you and Ethan, and he had Mike Zero. How do you pick on Mike Zero?
Mike Zero is the least confrontational person on the internet. I mean, the guy, like, you don't have to like his content. And again, this is where it comes into the individualist mentality. Like, if you don't like somebody, just ignore him, you know, like he's doing his thing, more power to him. His community determines his community. So if people like his content, if people that have subscribed to his channel like what he has to say, they'll continue to watch it. And if they don't watch it, then that's on him. You know what I mean? I don't know what the problem is. Like,
You know what? Maybe he found out that he was actually Doomcock on the side before we did.
You know, and like this community we have, this community determines what we make. I make videos that please our community, and if they have ideas for me, if they want to see different things, I'm going to do video game live streaming. And then if the video game live streaming doesn't, you know, get any traction, or if they're not happy with it, then I'll just continue to do that privately and not put it on, you know, the YouTube channel. It all comes down to what you guys want. I work for you. I work for you, you know, and it's that simple. So, all right. Hello, Jumper. Thank you for the super chat, especially seeing as they unsubbed you from the channel, which is very frustrating. So, Laura Story says, "Sorry for yelling, but I can't super chat. They are trying to get you blocked from Celebration." I know. I saw. That's fine. I mean, look, if Lucasfilm decides to block me from Celebration, please go ahead. I just want to know what is the reason that I would be blocked from Celebration. Just give me the reason why.
So we can make a video about it.
Yeah. So I mean, go for it. Go for it.
Everywhere like herpes. I'll spread it all over like herpes, like they do in Hollywood.
So that's fine. If that's what they're trying to do, that's cool. Again, I would say stop. Like, again, I'm going to be careful about how I say this, but just kind of stop asking me about him so I cannot address him. But if you guys ask me questions, I'm gonna try to respect you enough to answer it. But I just don't want to talk about him anymore. So it's that simple. Just move on from it, you know, because this is what their oxygen is. They need to troll and they need attention. So let's move on from them. Let's ignore them. That's what I think we should do. So. All right, so we're probably gonna wrap this up in about the next 15 minutes because I want to go eat, and I'm sure Craig has things going on too. And for the record, that's not Leia. That's Craig's dogs that are barking. Leia is not here. So
that is my baby pit bull and my full grown pit bull outside playing. That is Athena and Ripley. Both of them are women. Both of them are female dogs. Jesus, there it is again. I have ruined another one.
And again,
and I'm not white either, Jeremy. I'm Cherokee Indian. So shit, I'm not even white. Damn it, I can't get anything right.
No, but and Laura, just to be clear, I mean, I don't mean to tell you guys like don't ask me this. Just like don't bring this up. If I think it's going to be more beneficial to just not bring it to my attention and ignore these people, because if not, I mean, I've found myself getting drugged down into the dirt, and the thing that makes them mad is me making videos and people watching them. So that's what I'm going to continue to do, and nobody's going to stop me. So
Laura, I will make sure that I do have 2 comic books that I am going to be sending off. Laura asked in the chat. She said she would love a comic book or a T-shirt from Mary Jade. I do have 2 of my personal comics that I am sending off. So she will sign those, and they will be up on the website. But yeah, I am gender assuming the dogs. Damn it, you got me on another one. You know what?
And I just,
Now wait, now
I
on my
just,
Jason video.
hang on. I just dropped a link to the Mara Jade GoFundMe again. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, but you know what? I just caught myself because when I did the making Star Wars net making Star Wars.net video where I pretty much just roasted his ass the whole entire time. I got to the part because he was wearing a flannel shirt, and I was like, "Look, I'm assuming your gender is a man, but I mean, it may not be. I mean, but I do know who his wife is, and she's like super SJW. I mean, she should have a cape. I ain't kidding. That's how SJW she is. She should have a cape.
Yep. Yep. I know the feeling. All right, so let's see. We got 2 super chats. Let me get them real quick. Tony Clark says the Last Jedi is is the big-headed neighborhood kid named Ruin. Has a lemonade stand but never bought any lemons. He gets a kick out of the look on your face when you take a sip. Remember, it's his own creation. Tony Clark on point again. Steve Fernald says the reason why G&G, EVS, and World Class Bullshitters are so fantastic is that you're all so genuine. Thank you. And same with reviews for you. He does a great job. So yeah, this is gonna be like the last 5 minutes. So Craig, did you want to have any parting shots for everyone? Hit the like on the video if you guys don't mind. Really appreciate that. Hang on, Sam Flanagan, Jeremy, tell your guests to look up my aunt and uncle Vanessa and Rocky Flanagan Racing on YouTube. They'll both benefit. Got that,
Okay.
Craig?
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. So hit the like if you don't mind, Craig. Just first of all, I want to thank you for reaching out to me, and thank all the community for continuing to harass me to have you on the channel.
Well, the thing is when you get 2 assholes on the same channel at the same time, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, and you really don't.
That's right. That's right.
But and like me and Ivan talked about the other night, I mean, we talked for hours the other night. We're going to end up videoing. We're going to video it. I have challenged him to a lightsaber fight. I have been practicing with a lightsaber for the past 12 years, and it's going to happen. And we're gonna go live with it. So that is going to be friggin' awesome. Everybody was taking bets on the side. I was like, whoa, that's illegal. That's illegal. You can't like bet on the side. You got to wait till you get there and throw money down on the floor like the chickens.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. Let me make sure we got no more coming up. So, Jeremy, what's your favorite movie? It's right behind me. Interstellar from the great Christopher
awesome.
Nolan. So, yeah. And what's yours?
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
hang on. Infall, my bad. I got you, Infall. Man, hang on. There's quite a few I missed. Hang on. You're dead right, Jeremy. SJWs are the new breed of trolls. Like all trolls, they crave attention, and their king is Rian Johnson. He said it himself. He wants half the audience to hate his movies. Yes, you are correct. My bad for missing that. OJ Martinez. Hey, Jeremy, after last night's high council, you're going to need this money to buy some salsa for that foot in your mouth. Yeah, Jeff and I had we had our little debate on TFA, and I'm not going to bring all that back up right now, but I stand by what I said. It's all about the data. So,
well, I mean, it had a Blu-ray. The Blu-ray sales are off the freaking charts right off the get-go when The Force Awakens came out on Blu-ray.
Fourth best-selling Blu-ray of all time. So how that like it sold more than the Avengers, and you're telling me people didn't like it when they saw it in theaters? That makes no sense. It's the best-selling Blu-ray in its first week in history. That tells you that the audience loved it. The data was there, and so that was my entire point. Can people not like it? Absolutely. And retroactively, people hate TFA now. It has become very, very, the tide has shifted on that movie. There's no doubt about it. And I'm very aware of that. I can't watch the damn movie anymore. I'm going to be breaking my Blu-rays because of it very soon. So because I have no use for those Blu-rays because I don't want to watch them. I have no desire to watch them at all because of The Last Jedi. But yeah, The Last Jedi is the thing that broke Star Wars. It absolutely is. And I'll stand by that. And so, but again, my job is to be honest with you. So if you guys want to hear what you like, if you just want to hear somebody tell you what you want to hear, I'm the wrong guy, man. I'm just here to give you my opinion. It it was fun though, man. Me and Jeff talked about it afterwards. You know, we were like, oh man, that was a blast. So I love a good back and forth. And I'm sure once Craig and I get on here and talk about some wrestling, I'm sure
Oh
we're gonna have
yeah.
some opinions flying.
Oh my
And
God, man! You start getting into damn Junkyard Dog and Jimmy Superfly Snuka
Road Warriors, all
and
that good stuff.
oh man, the real Road Warriors. You know,
Yes.
yeah. There's oh my God, dude!
Yeah.
I watched that stuff and went to live events like all the time. I mean, it's crazy.
Yep.
Now
I can't do it.
I can't
I
even
can't.
stand to watch it.
I can't either. William Robertson, I missed your super chat too. Craig, what's up with Tony G having to finish Rogue One? Anything you know anything about that?
Uh, the only thing that I am aware of, he reshot about 10% of the movie. It wasn't it wasn't a solo. The majority of the movie had been shot. There were some scenes that they had shot on 35 millimeter to make it look like the original, but they used both 35 millimeter and digital on Rogue One. But they shot more scenes in 35 millimeter than what they wanted. And you know as well as I do, Jeremy, when you shoot stuff on 35 millimeter, it is a lot darker. You don't get the clarity, and you can't use it in IMAX. So um, they had to go back and reshoot that stuff. And the other guys were like, "No, we don't want to do that." So that's how that went about, and that's the only thing it was. The other guys were like, "No, with the movie's perfect the way it is," which it would have been perfect the way it is, but they wanted it to go to IMAX and they wanted it to go into the bigger theaters.
Right, right, and we appreciate everybody being complimentary of the live stream tonight. I think we've had a really great live stream. It's went really well. It's the first time Craig and I have ever talked back-to-back days, through Monday, Matt on here and now Craig on here, and it's going great. And we'll continue to bring high-quality guests to the channel. If there's people you guys want to see, let me know. I actually, while I was here, while I was streaming, I was trying to get John Talks on here. I've never had him on, and I was like, when you mentioned him, I was like, let me get John Talks Star Wars on here just for the
Oh
hell
man,
of it. So,
John is friggin' awesome. And he's
yeah.
on our he's part of our Rebel Alliance. We do Rebel Alliance every Monday and Thursday at 9 o'clock Eastern.
Okay.
Trying to pull everybody together. And it gets fun. John's like, yeah, I can put in a couple hours tonight. And next thing you know, it's like 4 o'clock in the freaking morning. I mean,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And
But John is awesome.
And Ethan will be on a solo show with me soon. We talked about that already too. I've got a lot of people lined up. Don't worry, a lot of things going on, and I'm sure we'll have Craig back in the very near future. Last thing is Alexis Evans.
Maybe we'll get lucky and be able to get Jeremy on to the Rebel Alliance
Most definitely.
one night.
Most definitely. I'll link to his channel again, Violent Science. Alexis Evans says SJWs will never be satisfied with anything, not even a film that includes everyone in a positive light. That's right. They will never, ever. So,
oh my God, did you see the picture today of Batman in a rainbow outfit?
no.
His
Oh
suit
my
was
God.
actually rainbow colored, and it's in a comic book.
Oh God.
Look, I have nothing against the LGBT community at all. But that paints. I thought I thought that actually painted it in a bad light. Um, I honestly did. I thought that paints it in a bad light. I mean, now if you want Batman to turn out to be gay or bi or whatever, I mean that's up to you. But I mean that's just junk. I mean that's just junk, and it's
That's
actually in a comic book.
That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. Well, we've got a good window right here to go ahead and wrap this bad boy up. And so thank you all again. Thank you to Craig. Make sure you subscribe to his channel.
Thank y'all guys.
Yeah, I just dropped a link to his channel. Also check out Jeremy John's latest upload. It's fantastic. You're all gonna love it. It's one of the best Star Wars videos I've seen in a while. It's that good. Like John's absolutely nailed it. I see you guys asking if I can get John's on here. I'll look into that. I can't make any promises, but Star Wars Theory will be on this channel very soon. And we got a lot of cool things in the future, plus a lot of gaming videos that maybe 25 people will watch. So we'll see.
I don't know. If we get into damn gaming now, I got some WWE games here. We can go back and forth with. I got all the old WWE games.
Right
I'm sorry,
on, man.
the WWE and the WWF,
WWF.
games. I've got them. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I got WWF games.
All right. Well, again, Craig, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to the Geeks and Gamers community one last time for Mara Jade. Everybody go support her in her battle that she's been in for several years now. And that's Shannon McRandall. And you guys have a great night, and we will talk to you later.